discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Wednesday. One more time, I guess, literally 2 minutes past 8 p.m. right here in the T54. And I hope you guys are doing amazing. Having a beautiful Wednesday so far. And I hope your July has started on an amazing note. I can't believe actually you're on July. Time is really running super fast. We're talking about that earlier today on the Tubonge show, how time is really rushing super quick. It's crazy. We literally almost towards the end of the year. It's super, super crazy. But I hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to yet another beautiful conversation of the Africa Today show. My name is Joby. We are here together, of course, with the one and only Mr. Black Hot Fire Network. He says he has just seen the most ugliest white lady on the street. It's crazy, you know. Keith is always bumping to the most craziest things. Careful not to bump into a jawbone, the top and the below one, Keith, you know. But yes, karibuni sana. As we talk about today's conversation, where we're going to be talking about the effect of the white power on the world.
Yeah, that woman was rough, man. Oh my God, I know what the end was, a man or woman. You guys, you know, I'm in Jacksonville. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Ricky, Indian ass. All his kids and grandkids are here. I don't know why he don't move his ass down here from Minnesota. I guess he don't want to be too close to his kids and grandkids, ask his ass for money. But I'm over in Jacksonville, and she's on like one of those stand-up scooters, the electric scooters. I like, is that a man or a woman? Shit, some rough love in there.
Yes, of course, as you guys know, every Wednesday we have some amazing stories we share here to keep us, of course, educated about our history, which I say it's really important. Personally, throughout those 5 years of being on a Black Hot Fire, I've learned so much, literally, and I've understood why.
Way too smart now, right?
Hey, super. Add super
I
smart.
I know.
Should add super on top of it. But yes, on today's conversation, what we're going to be talking about as a topic is actually quite related. This is about the Seminoles, if I'm pronouncing them correctly, how they fought.
Seminole Indians, yes. So this is the war. When white people say they freed you, that's a lie. These are the wars with the black Seminoles and other free slaves that fought the American government for like 25, 30 years. Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, I'd say it's quite related to, since we're talking about how the white power, which of course goes back to still slavery, where it started from, and this creation of this system, it's very quite related. And I hope you guys also understand. Maybe for those who are going to be learning about this for the first time, I hope you get something. Subscribe if it is your first time, and welcome to the Black Hot Fire Network.
One of the largest slave rebellions in American history didn't last a few days. It lasted years. It cost the American government $20 million. It literally forced the military to sign a treaty giving the rebels their freedom. I know what you're thinking. If it was so successful, why have I never heard of it? Because their success threatened to collapse the entire American economy. So join us today while we talk.
I mean, this is so very much related also when we look at Africa today, and so much information like what I shared, the video of the white guy who again said the African continent has been designed, or the Black lives, literally majority, have been designed to be how they are, because if they succeed, and Africa to be specific, if they succeed, this is going to destroy the whole economy. So I'm trying to also pick it up from that angle, literally, as we learn the story.
The Forgotten War of the Black Seminoles. This is One Mic Black History. If you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. Join us at my Substack. But without further ado, let's get started. When people talk about the Underground Railroad, they mostly talk about heading north. We get this picture of people hiding in wagons, trying to make their way to Canada. But for many enslaved Black folks living in the Deep South, moving north was just too far. So they headed south instead. They looked towards the deep swamps of Spanish Florida. Starting way back in the late 1600s, Black people from plantations in South Carolina and Georgia started running to the Florida border. But they didn't just wander into the swamp hoping for the best. They had plans. See, in 1693, the King of Spain made a royal rule. He said that any enslaved person who escaped the British and made their way to Florida would be completely free. They just had to become Catholic and join the Spanish militia. The Spanish actually gave Black runaways guns and land to help them fight off the British. This led to the creation of Fort Mose in 1739, the first legally free Black town in North America. But Florida wasn't just an empty swamp. For thousands of years, it had been ruled by indigenous tribes. But many of those tribes by the early 1700s had been decimated by European diseases and colonial warfare. The tragic genocide left a huge swath of Spanish Florida wide open. So native tribes from Georgia and Alabama, mostly Lower Creek natives who were getting violently pushed off their own lands by British colonists, packed up their stuff and moved south into that open territory in Spanish Florida. Deep in the Florida swamps, these two groups of people running for their lives ran right into each other. You had Black folks who were escaping chains and Native Americans who were also escaping white people. When the Spanish saw these two groups living out in the wild, they called them Cimarrones, which basically means wild ones or runaways. Over time, the native language changed the word into what we know today, Seminole. The word literally means runaway. These two groups didn't just live together, they formed a massive military alliance. Now, you need to call a spade. A lot of native tribes did own Black slaves, but that dynamic in Florida swamps was completely different. At first, it was a protection pact. Black runaways lived on their own completely independent towns. They had their own leaders, built their own wealth, carried their own rifles. The agreement was simple. Once a year, the Black towns would give a percentage of their crops to the native chiefs as a tax. In exchange, the native chief would provide a wall of political and military protection against white slave catchers. Over time, those lines blurred. They didn't stay completely separate. They shared cultures, they intermarried. Many of those Black folks became fully recognized members of the Seminole tribe. They became warriors and translators and chiefs. So this alliance became an absolute powerhouse. Most of these runaways were Geechee Gullah people from the coast of Georgia and South Carolina. They brought their West African rice growing skills that allowed everybody to thrive in those swamps because they had a history of growing rice not only in Western Africa, but also in the swampy low country of South Carolina and Georgia. So these two groups shared blood, they shared their fight, and most importantly, they shared guns. Black
don't ever get it twisted, even though, and it's fun, hold on, don't ever get it twisted, my favorite college, and I sent one of my kids over here to damn Florida State University, because it's called the Seminoles, right? Florida State University, the Seminoles. White people always, they wipe you out, then they claim to be you, they wipe your ass out, they genocide, they always make some kind of monument to you. It's crazy with these psychopaths. That Florida State University is nicknamed the Seminoles. You guys all know, if you guys know anything about, colleges, especially here. Regular Florida college is what the gate is, because there's a lot of alligators in Florida, and the other one's called the Seminoles, right? But don't ever get it twisted, because remember, when a lot of these Seminoles were forced out of Florida and had to go all the way to Oklahoma, they kicked the black folks out the tribe when white people started giving the Seminoles what? Reparations. So the these Mongolians, these niggas can't money. The Mongols, these Asian Indians over here, because when reparations came for the Asian Seminoles, they kicked all black folks out the tribe. So they break up, they kick black folks out the tribe. They were from Florida to white half Florida, and they moved to Oklahoma. Am I breaking?
You're breaking, yeah.
Am I breaking?
Yes.
In the middle, I'm in the middle of Jacksonville. The end is bad over here.
I can hear you, but
Go ahead, Joe. We're gonna play it.
Seminoles, they were the Seminoles. Together, they became the biggest threat that American chattel slavery had ever seen. Now, think about this from the perspective of a white plantation owner in Georgia. Having a free, heavily armed black and native town sitting right across the border was your worst nightmare. Every enslaved person in the South knew that if they could just survive the run into the Florida swamps, they could get a rifle and be totally free. The United States government knew that they could not just let this slide. In 1819, the United States officially took over Florida from Spain. And the first thing the slave owners did was demand that the United States Army go and get their property back. The government didn't do this quietly. They passed the Indian Removal Act to force the Seminoles to pack up and move west to Oklahoma. But Black Seminoles knew exactly what this meant. Slave catchers were already riding alongside the military. If the Black Seminoles agreed to march west, those catchers were going to snatch them up and drag them right back to the cotton fields. So the Black Seminoles told the rest of the tribe, we're not going. They made a choice. They were never going back to chains. If the army wanted them, they were going to have to get it in blood. In December of 1835, the Second Seminole War kicked off. On paper, the government called it the Indian War, but historians will tell you the real story. The Black Seminoles were the absolute backbone of this fight. They fought harder and meaner than anyone else because they were fighting for their lives and the right to not be enslaved again. The United States military marched into Florida thinking this was going to be an easy win. They were dead wrong. The Black Seminoles didn't just line up in open fields waiting to shoot each other. They used a swamp to invent guerrilla warfare. They would pop out of the thick brush, absolutely wreck a military patrol, and then vanish back into the mud before the soldiers even knew what hit them. And they weren't just hiding. In 1836, Black Seminoles went on the attack. They launched huge raids on wealthy sugar plantations in eastern Florida. They burned fields, smashed equipment, and freed hundreds of enslaved Black folks right in the middle of the war. And those newly freed people, they didn't run away. They did exactly what you would expect them to do. They picked up guns and they joined the fight. The mastermind behind a lot of this fighting was a man by the name of John Horse. He was a Black Seminole chief, and he was a genius tactician and a tough negotiator. John Horse ran circles around the military. He got captured, broke out, led his people through one of the bloodiest, ugliest wars the U.S. had ever fought up until that point. The government was bleeding money and men. The war dragged on for years. Eventually, the United States had spent $20 million just trying to win. It almost bankrupted the military. Over 1,500 soldiers died in those Florida swamps. The commander of the U.S. forces was a man by the name of General Thomas Jessup. He was exhausted and humiliated. He finally realized the ugly truth. In a moment of panic, he wrote his bosses in Washington, D.C. He basically told them that the Native Americans might want to make a deal, but those Black Seminoles are going to fight to the death. Jessup's exact words were, "This, you may be assured, is a Negro, not an Indian war." Jessup knew exactly what was at stake. If word got out that black folks were beating up on the military in Florida, every enslaved person in Georgia and South Carolina was going to rise up and the whole system of slavery would collapse on itself. So General Jessup had to stop the bleeding. The military couldn't afford to beat the Black Seminoles with guns, so they had to beat them with their pen. In 1838, Jessup did something that had never been done before. He offered the Black Seminoles a military treaty. He promised that if they put their guns down and moved west with the rest of their tribe, the United States military would guarantee their freedom and protect them from slave catchers forever. Now, I want you to think about that. You are at the absolute peak of chattel slavery, and the United States government was forced to sign a piece of paper granting freedom to an armed rebellion full of formerly enslaved black folks. Why? Because the United States military got their asses handed to them in a swamp and literally could not afford to keep fighting them. So in the end, going back to the beginning, when we spoke about why you've never heard of Black Seminoles in school, a lot of people are perfectly fine teaching history where black folks are always the victim, waiting for white people to hand them their freedom. But they're terrified to teach you about men like John Horse. They don't want you to teach you about the blacks and natives who built their own towns, fought for their own freedom, and beat the United States government until they begged them to sign a treaty. Freedom is not always something that's given to you out of the goodness of people's heart. Freedom is something you take, something you force people to give you because it is too expensive to keep fighting.
Never with white people. They never give you freedom. So the idea, we free black people, them lies they do. This never taught you nowhere in history in America, ever. You had to learn this. Never taught in any history book. That's why white people say, oh, we white people just always the same fake story. White people became good. Same shit they tell the goofy South Africans. Right? All of a sudden they always become good. They decide to do the right thing, but they still keep doing evil shit. So you know the narrative don't even make sense. Can you hear me, Joby? Am I still breaking up?
No, I can hear you clearly.
All right, so you know the narrative don't never make any sense. Oh, there's always the good white person. Just decide to become good. You know, that's always they just decide to become good, right? And then then they go right back to being rotten, right? So if that is that one done, or is it still another? It's still playing some more.
No, that's done. That's done.
Okay, so if you understand, so we know those Seminole Wars fought for a little over 20 years, and so they couldn't keep Africans enslaved anymore because we were killing them. We were going into their houses, we were slitting their throats. So black people were refusing to be slaves. That's not in none of your goofy movies. That's not none of your goofy damn history books. They want to say, oh, white people decided to get good, and then they fought a war. All this old nonsense. All this, you know, not just that they lie. They lie all the time about everything. So Joby, don't play that yet. So I want to do a caveat, starting from really the beginning of their power. See, their lies of omission and just downright lies, because lies of omission means they just leave things out, right? Lies of omission, but it's more than just lies of omission. This downright psychopathic lies. So white power they like to claim Rome and Greek. Remember, they never thought the Greeks were white, or the Romans that we call Italians white. They are today because those are not the same people. But during these empires, those are mostly black or mixed empires, Greek and Rome, who got all the information from Africa. But white people, since they lie, they like to claim that. But they took that. That's when the Moors brought those teachings into Europe in the late 7th century or 6th century AD, right? And so as the Africans going into a sleep mode and also losing power globally, are becoming boot-licking cowards. Let's just call a spade a spade. Africans becoming a boot-licking coward. By the late 1400s, he's going to be ruled by savages. They thought he could talk. They thought he could teach. So as Europe, this group of savage people, and we're gonna just be real. These group of savages who now have more information, but they haven't changed spiritually or say emotionally. They're still savage. They're savages with more knowledge now. So we got a group of savages with more knowledge who are able now to sail the seas and invade and doing things because the Moors brought them gunpowder coming from Asia. But I don't believe the Asian story either that the Chinese created. I don't believe that either. But we're to say the gun came in through Europe from the Moors. We know that's a fact. But the Moors didn't use it. They thought it was cowardly to use weapons or to make a weapon out of it. But white people being savages, they took the gunpowder and made it to a weapon, and that's how they started conquering. So these savages, after you get the last Moorish king in Granada, is it Granada? Yeah, Granada. Yeah. It's not Cordova, right? Yes. The last Moorish king was in Granada. So last African in Spain was in Granada. That's 1492. Let me make sure I got the year right. Type this in for me, Joe. Be in Google real quick. Okay. Say the last Moorish king surrendered in Granada. Say Grenda in 1492. Say the last Moorish king surrendered in Granada in 1490. I make sure it's Granada and not Cordova. It should be Granada. It's saying Granada.
The last Moorish. Okay, it says the last Moorish king surrendered on January 1492.
Yeah.
Okay, 1919.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, that's it. You got it. Is it in Granada or is it in Cordova? It's Granada, right?
100 keys of the Albrama place. Granada, Spain. Yeah.
Okay. So I make sure. Okay. I'm getting older here. I'm not eating the right foods. so all right. So it is Granada. So that's the last stronghold of the Africans ruling Europe, right? So we lose everything in Granada in 1492. So at that time, the African had been there for 800 years, teaching the white man how to read and write, how to build libraries, how to wash his ass, how to change his clothes, how to do medicine, all these things, how to actually run a civilization that would be functional. But him being a savage, he could never incorporate the running of a real civilization into his emotional or intellectual state. Because everything white people do always leads back to parasites. Everything's parasitical. That's why everything leads back to feudalism. And that's what you have happen here in America. Is everything's reverting back to feudalism because his system is always parasitic because by nature he's a savage. So it's not that you can say, oh, they're taught racism. They're not taught racism. That's who they are. Okay? All that bullshit. Black people always want to believe, oh, they're taught. That's why it's global. They're not taught it. That's who they are by nature. And it's hard for black people to accept this. Oh, they taught this in the home. Well, who taught them the first time it happened? They're not taught it in the home. This is their natural state of being. And that's what you got to come to terms with this savage. That they're savage. They're brutal. And you say, well, why is that, Keith? Because you're dealing with individuals, because not just the Caucasians, also the Asians who are saying, see, we're looking at a lab experiment of epic proportions of trying to create a pure savage. You go from the East Indian, what we call the Asian type, the Mongolian type, to the Caucasian. Because if you know, each one is less common than the next. So they were building a savage. When they would start building these people, they were looking for the more savage. Because the Asians are savage, but not as savage as the Caucasians. And not as savage, and the Indians are savage, but not as savage as the other, what we call the, Indians are Asians too, but they call the slanty-eyed Asians. They're more savage than the Indians. So you see this as a perpetual thing of trying to find the best savage. And through deductive reasoning and critical thinking, you know this is the case because they all are created individuals. And they know, listen, anybody did any kind of biology, this is a known fact. So it's not fringe theory no more. It's not fringe when I said it. It's not fringe anymore. It's coming all out the bag, right? It's everywhere now. Back in the day, it was just me and maybe the damn the NOI talking about that Yakub nonsense. but that Yakub, even though the story is fake, is based in truth. It's based in some truth. Talking about some big head scientist created white man and Asian, all these people. But we know that they're not original or ordinary to the earth. That's something we know. And it's not about it's not about. Make sure you understand. This is not about any kind of racism. This is just science. Either it is or it isn't. It's nothing to do about any racism. Okay? We're just doing observation and putting our conclusions to these observations of when the European breaks free on the rest of the world. What has been his relationship and his behavior to all other people on the planet? It's been savagery, it's been genocide, it's been molestation, it's been theft, it's been all other kind of violations. Okay? Now no one's gonna argue me. No one's gonna be able to argue that with me. Unless you don't know real history. That's what it's been. Complete and utter debauchery on a level that can't be fathomed. So we go back to 1492. This is the beginning of these people's power. None of that shit. They like to go back to Greece and Rome. Greece and Rome had nothing to do with the European. The Greeks and the Romans called them filthy savages. That's what the Romans called them. Who were a mixture, because we know that black people also ruled Rome. We know Rome was a mixed society, mostly black people coming from the black Etruscans. Etruscans were just no more than the Philistine or the Philistinians we see in your Bible. These are all black people, we got to remember. So they've taken all your history, trying to whitewash. These are all black people, from Sumerians, Philistines, become Etruscans, who become Romans, and who become Greeks. These are all black civilizations. So when you're talking about Troy and the book, the Iliad, when they talk about the Trojan War over there by Turkey, when there wasn't no Turkey, that part of the area was called Troy, which is called Turkey today. That was all African people, all of it. Wasn't none of these white Eurasian people. They were up in the steppes, up in the caves, but they wasn't over there at this period of history. Those were black civilizations 3,000 years ago. Because we're going at almost the end of Kemet. So this is 1,000 years before AD, right? This is 900 to 1,000 BC, right? So I'm giving that time period before Greece and Rome become a civilization. If we go back to Troy, and when you get with Homer and the Iliad, right? So to read the Iliad and all that old shit, that's 1,000 BC. Egypt is a power. I think the Hittites are a power. Who is the major power? The Kush Empire coming out of Sudan and Kenya is a major power on the planet. Modern day Sudan and modern day Kenya is a major power on the planet. There's no white nation nowhere. There's no white power anywhere on the planet. Make sure we understand that. So now let's go up 1,000. Let's go past it. Let's go 492 years. 2004. Let's fast forward 2,492 years as the Moors lose Europe. The last Moorish king surrenders at Granada. So now the world is going to start being conquered by filthy savages. That got a little more education. They can now Some of the elite can read and write. Most of them are still morons. Most of Europe still can't read or write. But they learned how to make shipbuilding from Africans. And so now you get the first savages coming out of Europe, which are the Portuguese and Spain and Spanish. Portuguese first enter Africa, come down to Africa, they see the wealth, they see the kindness, and what do they say? If we can knock these niggas in the head and steal their shit and enslave them, that's their thought. Africans are goofy. Africans are goofy and immature. They're like, oh, well, okay, we white people bite into our home, help them out. Africans say they stink. People stink, right? Write them in, even though befriend them, right? Befriend these savages. The next thing you know, because the Europeans don't have the power to take over Africa yet, until they learn to remember they're savages. So they're going to learn to cause division amongst the goofy African. Because goofy African he has kingdoms, but his kingdoms are falling apart into tribal shit. Because you also had the Muslim invasion happening at the same time, but earlier, right? So you had the African giving up his own tradition to follow this fake Allah. And so their cultures have been fractured by another white savage, the white Arab. Another savage, couldn't read or write. See, they like to equate Arabic culture to these white people. That's a lie. It's African culture getting stolen. And then we classify it as Arabs because the original Arabs is a culture or black people. But of course, these other white people come down into the Levant and we classify themselves as Arabs. Like all white people do. They, steal shit and cosplay other people. And so the Africans are left when they got the white European coming in. They're already destabilized from almost 700 years of fucking with this stinking ass Arab, this white Arab. So their whole systems are changed. If you don't know, I'm glad the young girl's learning that Africa was a more equal society. I think the young Nigerian understood this. Men and women are equal. There was no system we got today where you got men ruling over women. That's unnatural. It's homosexual. All the religions are homosexual. It's all men shit. Because you go back to European culture and white Arab culture is based in homosexuality. Africans, we're not homos. Black people, we're not homosexuals. It's been forced on us, but that's not our culture. And we should never be ashamed to say it's not. You do you. But these savages want you to now acquire. So that's why they force their fake religions on you and force their fake traditions on you to assimilate you into filth and not know who you are. And so now we're living under a worldwide system of savagery. Everything is parasitic. Everything doesn't work. Everything is based on savagery. It's not based on reciprocity and kind. I do for you, do for me, because it doesn't come from the minds of righteous people. The world's been conquered by savages. Everything is savage based. Your goofy fake religions are savage. Your Islam is savage. Your Christian sanity. It's all savagery and homosexual. All of it. But since you've been mistaught, you don't understand this. So I'm going to walk you through all this. So the savages come out of Europe. They're still filthy as hell because even though the Moors were there for 800 years, these people refused to bathe. They refused to bathe. We didn't know yet because of all the animal genetics. So you're dealing with also humanized animal. Another fact. And today, even today, they still don't bathe correctly. It's a fact. Not racism. They know that. It's on the internet. They know that. They probably tell you about, we don't use any rags to wash our ass. That's what black people do. So they tell you they walk around with doodle in their butts. They openly tell you on the internet that they walk around with cake doodle in their ass. I'm going to tell you. They're not even saying, oh, let me go do this real quick. And then they come back.
Come again. You're breaking. You're breaking now. Come again.
Play that video right there. Play that video right there, Joby. Give me a second.
It's not a heritage, it's a job description. You understand? And the job is maintenance and enforcement of a hierarchical, predatory, exploitative, inhuman, oppressive, and ruthless social order. That's the job. And the upholding and the affirmation of and the advocacy for and the perpetuation of a backwards, primitive, simplistic, dishonest, shallow, immoral, immature, animalistic, satanic culture. That's the truth. So this is the background. This is the origin. This is the genealogy, the real DNA of American culture and the American system.
She looking fly, yeah, she looking at the boys look.
Okay, so that's
It's not a heritage. It's a
the second one.
job description. You understand? And the job is maintenance and enforcement of a hierarchical, predatory, exploitative, inhuman, oppressive, and ruthless social order. That's the job. And the upholding and the affirmation of and the advocacy for and the perpetuation of a backwards, primitive, simplistic, dishonest, shallow, immoral, immature, animalistic, satanic culture. That's the truth. So this is the background. This is the origin. This is the genealogy, the real DNA of American culture and the American system.
She looking fly.
Yeah, let me cue the second one.
I'm back. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to say, give me a second of it. So that's not American culture. That's white people's culture. He keeps saying America. That's Europe. That's European Western culture. Vicious, savage. It hasn't changed. That's why you got the war in Iraq. The war in Iran right now. The stealing, the theft, the savagery. It's always going to be. It never changes. So everybody keeps saying times change. They're changing. It's a fucking lie. Because they can't change. You can't change. A bear can't change being a bear. A lion can't change being a lion. Okay? So there's no change. No matter what you do, be around them, try to make them be good, you're dealing with a savage. Period. And black people, since they haven't had the knowledge and you've been propagandized to by a savage. Remember, they got control of the world, start giving you all lies and propaganda about their history, who they are, and you adopted these lies. These lies have become your lies. And now you like that. That's why you got the South Africans running around beating other Africans because they value white people because they've been propagandized with lies. You know, you hate everything black now. Well, you got the Nigerians, the goofy fucking Haitians, the goofy Jamaicans, all of them. I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm gonna share that bit with you, but you go. It's strong. All of them. We're not black. I'm Nigerian. I'm not black. I'm Somali. I'm not black. I'm everything but black. Your goofy country's not even 100 years old. So you were black before you got your goofy country. So what before Jamaica was called Jamaica, or before Haiti was called Haiti, or for Nigeria was called Nigeria. This is how propaganda works. And the funny thing about Nigerians, really, a lot of them starting to know now. You know, let me help you goofy Nigerians out. Your country's name was called Nigger Area. This is a fact. You sit there proudly calling yourself, I'm from Nigger Area. This is what the white woman called your country, and you got the name from this white broad from England. It was called Nigger Area because they said this is where a lot of niggers at. This is a fact. A lot of Nigerians know it now. That's why you call yourself a Nigerian. You're from the nigger area. That's what it is. That's not me making that up. That's a fact. Okay? A white woman from England said there's a lot of niggers here. And she said this is the nigger area. That's how you get Nigeria. Nigger area. Yeah. That's how deep the shit. But you were too stupid to even say, why would we keep that name? How we change it? They got a whole group of people calling themselves nigger areas. They don't want to be black, but they want to be nigger areas. See how deep the propaganda goes? That's a fact. That's not me. I couldn't even make that shit up if I wanted to. And Nigeria's named after some British woman saying this is a lot of niggers here. We're going to name this as nigger area. This is the nigger area. And that's how you get Nigeria. Nigger area, Nigeria. That's how deep and wicked the disrespect goes to you, goofy bastards. And I love it. Right. You sit up there thinking you're proud. I'm not black. I'm Nigerian. You ain't know where the name come from, you moron. You goofy moron. Yeah, you're from nigger area. But you're too backward and stupid to change the disrespectful name when you supposedly got like your fake independence. They gave some disrespectful shit calling you niggers, and you guys kept the whole country named that. Nigger area. That's where Nigeria came from. That's a fact. I'm not making that up. Go look it up. There's a lot of niggas here. This is a nigger area. God damn. Nigger area. Oh, you got a whole country named nigger area. But you can't make this shit up about you goofy moronic Africans. You can't make this shit up. But you sit there, I'm Nigerian. Yeah, you're from the nigger area. And she was right, because that's the majority of black people in that country. A lot of niggas in this area. A lot of niggas in this area. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I'm gonna Joey play this. I'm gonna continue. Play this, Joey, right here. Play this right here.
I think we're forgetting the most important part is that these people are animals.
Yeah.
These Neanderthals that crawled out of caves, yeah, they're the 3/5. They are made up of animals. So when you see their dogs licking inside of their mouths, or they don't know how to bathe, or they mate with each other within the family, which is a wreath, they're doing what animals do. I just wish y'all would have figured that out already.
Okay, so
I think we're forgetting the most.
I'll go. You gonna play it again? Go ahead.
That these people are animals. These Neanderthals that crawled out of caves, yeah, they're the 3/5. They are made up of animals. So when you see their dogs licking inside of their mouths, or they don't know how to bathe, or they mate with each other within the family, which is a breed.
Dogs do.
They're doing what animals do. I just wish y'all would have figured that out.
And then we have
Africans and their descendants are the
don't play it yet. Okay, I can't let you. You gotta run these videos so quick. Okay, go ahead and play this one then. Play this one, because this clarifies what we're talking about. Why their behavior can't change. Some of their behavior, they taught this as children. No, they're not taught as children. This is who they are by nature. Okay? Go ahead, Joe.
Africans and their descendants are the only race with hair. Caucasians, their descendants, and all others have fur like other animals.
Human hair, like the hair on my head and the fur on an animal, they're different on like a microscopic level. So like animal fur, it sheds. Animal fur is seasonal. They grow it, they shed it. Animal fur has things.
Different oil.
It has things to maintain heat. There's things built in to conserve energy. Human hair does not.
See, and pause. And that's why this never talked to them. This is known. What happened, Joe? When you change it? See, this is known for them. But they never want to teach this. White people know this is known. Because it destroys the white supremacy nonsense. They've already found out they got animal DNA all the way to them. Not just the damn. And that's what I also told you guys. Study a chimpanzee collie. Chimpanzee collie is not based on equality. It's based on dominance and predatory thing. That's what's in them. That's what it was Creighton was trying to get this thing to be this way. To be predatory, to be savage. Because that's the genetics that's in them. Because not just the chimp, it's a rat, it's dog, it's all other kind of crazy shit up in it. Right? But they know that. They ain't gonna put that in none of your science books. Because it's not just in the goddamn. Ain't it funny? Ain't none of them said it. They got good scientists. Asians got good. The Chinese and Japanese, they got great scientists. They know that shit's in them. Caucasians got great scientists. They know this shit's in them. East Indians got decent scientists. Ain't none of them came out and mentioned none of this about themselves. They all know it. They've all took their own genetics. They all know it. So what is it? It's collusion to keep it quiet because they all know this shit amongst all of them. And you better believe they've been talking to each other. Like, what the fuck? Who created us? What's going on? They can't put that like the regular public. The regular people probably don't know, but their fucking scientists do know. And this can't be in none of your goofy books either. None of your science books when you go to college, right? But you better believe Asians know it, Indians know it, and the goddamn Caucasians know it. They all know they got tails. They get their tails cut off. They all know it. There ain't none of them said nothing about it. They're all quiet at it, and they're all quiet. Mum's the word. Because the regular populations don't know it. Regular white man don't know that. As he studied. He even told to study. He even told he's superior. I'm superior. He sees the weakest man, slowest man, that smart man, but he's superior. Because he's the most savage, right? He started the world with his savagery. So he's not going to study that. If he does it, it's racist. Science is racist? Our science don't care about your feelings. Science is facts over feelings. Doesn't care about your feelings. Science can't be, real science, not the science you guys did was always racist. Based on race shit. Not the true findings. True findings of science isn't racist. You have fur on your fucking head. You, the East Indians, and the Asians, Chinese, Vietnamese, South Korean, North Korean, all those guys, Filipinos, every non-black person. You have fur on your dick and balls, you have fur on your head. That's why you get lice on top of your head and you get lice on your dick and ball sack. That's not racist. Either it is or it isn't. And then you got to ask them, well, how you get that? How does the lice know that you're not a human being then? Like, we don't get lice on our dick and ball sack on top of our head. Because the lice knows we're not animals. So we don't share a symbiotic relationship like lice in a cow, lice on a dog, lice on whatever animal. Lice don't go on black people's heads. They just don't. And that's why you ain't never seen it. And black people been put in poverty. So black people have been some of the filthiest places. Like Cabana, fucking slum in Nigeria, or project here in America. And you ain't seen no lice. Ever. Because we don't get it. But you're been the cleanest place, mansion, and you got lice on your dick and ball sack. Yeah, because no matter how clean the place is, these goddamn bugs know that you're an animal. They know you got animal genetics. And so it goes to you. Go ahead, Joker.
Africans and their descendants are the only race with hair. Caucasians, their descendants, and all others.
Pause again. Now, when I said that years ago, I was the crazy one. You're a nut. It's conspiracy theories. Now, before I even learned about Bobby Hemmett said it too. But now, see, this is now on TikTok and other channels. Now, this is normal knowledge. There's no more crazy talk. This is starting to be known. No matter how much they hide it, because this ain't from Keith. This ain't Keith's video. I did these videos 10, 20 years ago. I knew this knowledge 25, 30 years ago. Wow. This shit ain't this shit is fur. I started talking about genetically, all you goofy niggas want to be Indians and shit. Okay, good luck with that fur. No, I'm not black or African. I'm not fucking with no fur. And this is the reason I didn't know. I'm guilty because I didn't know this yet. When I was and I was 19, you know, putting my penis in Asian coochie. I didn't know yet. So I got one foul play. I was over in Japan. But once I knew, I said, oh man, I got to get my shit together. So, but I went with the one. I never been with the white woman. So I didn't have the information yet. So I get a pass at least. Because I didn't know no better. And I was in Japan. What was I supposed to do? With no black women there. So I'm always gonna be honest with you guys. You know, I fucked up. But I get a pass because I didn't know no better. I had no knowledge. But go ahead, Joey.
Human hair, like the hair on my head and the fur on an animal, they're different on like a microscopic level. So like
no, it's not.
Animal fur, it sheds. Animal fur is seasonal. They grow it, they shed it. Animal fur has things. It has things like built into like, you know, maintain heat. There's things built into like, you know, conserve energy. Human hair.
See, his mind can't fathom that he's got fur, and it is. He said on microscope, he looked at it on a microscopic level, and you want to look at it, it's fur, dude. That's what it is. Go ahead, Joe.
Have that. So human hair is not fur. This is not fur. My name's Joseph. I go by Niukum online. I'm a 31-year-old, unemployed, hikikomori, incel. I've never seen a vagina, and I make TikTok videos.
He's 31 years old, never seen no coochie. He's proud. 31 years old, never seen any coochie.
Every season on the planet doesn't have hair, they have fur. We, as the Nagaru, the Negro race, our hair grows out and curls in the follicle of 9, which is why we used to have something people refer to as the afro, right? We call it a natural. But if you go back to the 60s and 70s, a black person was unique by their hair, by their throne. And you look at the Jackson 5, you look at the OJs, you look at a lot of the bands, back then, we used to have what you call an afro, right? Mm-hmm. Over time, when the colonizers, slavery, they started to get black people to straighten their hair, right? And that's not a unique thing for us as a people.
By law?
No,
what do you mean?
By influence. By influence on the media, by pushing on the media that the straight,
it was a law.
The straight long hair is beautiful, which is fur. If you cut your hair right now from your hair, right? Your hair, put it down, and we went and got animals, different animals, like different dogs or whatever, and cut their hair, and we put them all on the same table. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yes, you objectively would.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
They would be observably different on a microscopic level. Like
on a microscopic level, the thing that makes our hair different from fur is the proteins. The more protein that hair will have will determine whether or not it's hair compared to fur. Because what I was saying about the 6 ether, which is the straight hair, the flank hair, because it grows out of the follicle and comes downwards, like it doesn't go upwards.
So to clarify, this is fur.
Yes.
Does your hair grow up or down when it's fully long?
I think it goes down.
That's right.
But no, here's the thing, but I do have hair that does do that.
There's unique traits that's in every race.
But no, but like,
I was saying.
You're describing like 4C hair. You're describing my pubes. Like my pubes do that.
We don't want to know about your dick, his pubes. We don't know about your dick hair. Your dick hair is the same, okay? It's fur. It's pubes. Good luck with that. Go ahead.
Remember a time on the planet when black people
this is fur.
Had
is this
afro
also
hairs.
fur?
Remember the time where most black people had afros. And it's coming back again now. Now, what took place, why did they stop putting on their afros? Because to go into the music industry, the acting industries, and most industries,
to be accepted,
even in the workplace today, a lot of people could not wear their natural hair, so they straighten it, they hot comb it.
You're getting away from it.
No, I'm not, because let me finish, please.
When black people in slavery, it's foundationally important you answer this.
Sorry, can I finish? I'm just gonna and then you can ask.
What hair on my body is fur?
All of it.
All of it.
My pubes too.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't have hair.
Yeah,
you
your
have fur.
pubes.
And it's not a disrespectful thing.
But how are my
Black
pubes
people-
fur? They
black-
they curl.
We
they
can't
afro.
speak over
They
each
grow
other.
up.
We're not learning. You can disagree with me. That's fine. But you can.
All non-black people, you have fur.
From a scientific perspective rather than an emotional perspective. We have to look at things. The first people on the planet Earth was the Negroid race. Anthropologists, paleontologists, all the ologists.
Right, the Negro race.
The original Negroid race. We say in our language,
even when you're in nigger area.
Planet Earth. Our hair grows up to the source. That's why it grows up. What source are we talking about? We talk about the sun, because everything grows towards the source. That is hair. All other races, what we're saying, all other races.
Pause it for a second, Joey. Pause it, please, pause it. And this is Joby, right? This is Joby with a critical thinking as a child. She's like, okay, like the guy just said, right? Africans are the first people, black people, you know, right? Joby at least smart enough as a kid. Okay, if Adam and Eve are white, where do black people come from? Go ahead, Joe. Ain't no damn white Adam and Eve.
The head
Get
goes
your ass out of here.
down to that source. An actual fact. We do not say, I think, I feel, I believe, I have faith, I hope. No.
Well, that makes you bad.
Makes you bad or good.
Well,
No,
you
it doesn't.
kind of are.
But no, we're going to come to the fact that other races also have their unique traits.
No,
So we're
you're-
not saying that.
but
We're not
that's-
saying that only black.
You can't do that. That's so.
What do you
you're-
mean? I'm saying
you are,
that you are unique by way of your skin, because
you can't dehumanize me and go, actually, you're just unique.
Who says
What
it's
do you mean?
dehumanizing?
Why do you think that?
You're comparing natural parts of me to an animal.
Right? Okay, wait, let me tell you something. Genetically, your
Okay.
DNA is tied into the Homo simian, Homo canine, and the Homo porcine. So if you want to go and do some research, because scientists have done DNA
And these
tests,
aren't humans.
dog, what you call a pig, and what you call a monkey.
So
this is why the
Dog, pig,
Neanderthal,
and monkey.
the Neanderthal,
And these are scientific fact-based
yes,
things. You've
and I'm
been-
trying to explain if you would
Okay.
They're
like.
not gonna tell you, white man, because they all done the science. The white people know, people at the top, they know. The Asian knows it, and the fucking East Indian knows this. They know it. They're not gonna tell you a goopy population, because they've been told that, told black people that you got goopy black people worshiping you people that are supposed to be under you. They don't know you motherfuckers are from dogs, cats, rats, and lions and tigers and bears. They don't know that. And you imagine, right? You blow his wig back. And imagine you tell an African that his dirty, hobo, fucked up clothes Jesus got rat DNA. Even though he didn't live, but let's say the white man fake Jesus lived with his goofy fucking forehead. Means the Jesus you worshiping with the dirty robe has got pig genetics. He's white. He's a fact. Got dog genetics. Got monkey. Got cat, rat, baboon, all kind of shit up in there. Your mind can't even fathom me telling you that. You'll run and jump out the window butt naked. Go ahead.
If you do some research into when I gave the description of the three major races on the planet, right? The Homo naledi, the Homo habilis deals with the African, right? The Neanderthal and the Cro-Magnon is the Caucasian, and that's because they've done DNA and they can tell you what's in your DNA. And the Homo porcine.
That's not
Homo
You're
canine-
correct.
That's
Pause that. And that's when we go down to the set. That's what I told you, you morons with your tribalism and your FBA bullshit. I don't fuck with none of that. I go down to the cellular biology. What are you biologically? Not none of your goofy fake titles people made up. And then your goofy tribal names. What are you biology? Are you prokaryotic cell or are you eukaryotic cell? Which all non-Africans are. They're eukaryotes. And a eukaryote is a dog, a pig, a rabbit, a cat in a fucking hat, and all other kind of shit. And so they're mixed with these things. And that's a scientific fact. And if you're lame with the shit, and I had my time, I was fucked up. I didn't know, but I didn't procreate. So don't throw me off the bridge. don't throw my ass off the bridge. I didn't know no better. But if you know and you're doing it, good luck to you. And that's why beings, they were created to house demonic energy. Yeah, we go deep now. Now we're getting fucked up. They were created to house no energy, demonic. That's why they can rob, kill, steal, and feel nothing. Like when Joby didn't know this, Joby always say, what about the humanity? What about the humanity? That doesn't exist. You might as well say asking a tiger or a lion, where's the lion's humanity that bit that deer's head off? Where's the humanity? That's what you're doing. Because you're looking at a humanized animal. And whoever did this, they did this shit. This is some ingenious, wicked ass shit. Because you think you're looking at a human being, you are not. That's why they're savage. That's why they can kill with no remorse. That's why they can blow the back of your fucking head off and feel nothing. That's why they can put their knee all on your goddamn neck like George Floyd and feel nothing. Why they squeeze the life out of your ass. And that's why they also get pleasure. You see that animal in the kill? You see that lion when he takes a goddamn an animal by the neck and devour that shit? Happy as hell. See, that's what you're dealing with. So they know none of this, oh, they taught to be racist in the home bullshit. Oh no. Oh no, it's deeper than that. Ain't none they taught to be racist shit. Oh no. Oh no. It's in the genetics. Sorry to tell you that. See that like that white guy Joey showed first, that I'm not saying this in your genetics. I'm saying it is. You say, I'm not saying this in your genetics. I'm just saying that you guys are savages and you didn't learn right. No, I'm saying it's in his goddamn genetics too. He's a savage too. It's in his shit too. He may be able to tame the savage beast within his ass, but he's a savage nonetheless because it's in his genetic makeup. And that's just the fact. Now, it is or it isn't. Go ahead, Joe.
By scientists.
Yeah.
So you just disagree because you disagree, and not because you're basing it on any facts.
No, because I think most biologists agree that humans of all races are.
But you think you haven't done your research.
No, but what I'm saying is you can do.
What you want to disagree?
No, okay. Let me.
Every time I say something, you cut me off, and then you say, "Let me speak." I'm going to let you speak.
Because he don't want to know he got animal fur on his ball sack. Shit. I keep talking about his pubic head. Why you about your pubic head? You ain't seen no coochie. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. You keep talking about his pubic head. You ain't gotta worry about your ball sack. You said you ain't seen no coochie. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
Overwhelmingly agree that everyone in this room is 99.9% genetically identical.
No,
by way of the GTCA.
Right now?
No, all the base pairs.
No Googling now.
Okay, let me finish. Let me explain.
Okay.
All the base pairs GTCA, yes, that's identical because everyone shares GTCA. However, it's the arrangement.
That's right.
It's the arrangement of those.
I think our phenotype is different.
That creates who we look, what we look like, and creates what you look like. Do you agree with that?
You understand?
The Human Genome Project was concluded in 1953.
That's why you got an animal nose. We don't.
The entire genetics of every human on the planet.
Yeah, that's why I said,
and the arrangement of the ACGT, as my brother was saying, it's the way you pair them.
And that determines race.
That determines the different races.
Actually, it's the 0.1, actually. The 99.9, the rest is the 0.1%.
Okay. Are you saying we all have the same blood types?
No.
Do we have the same skin texture, color?
Eye color.
Do we have the same eyes?
No.
Do we have the same hair?
No, but on a genetic level, 99.9% similar.
No, you can't.
That's what we just said. We don't disagree with that. There's GTCA. It's the arrangement of those particular pairs.
Exactly. They got to make you like a human being, or you wouldn't have our form. But what's in you is different. Your biological makeup is different. They had to make you look like a human being. Yes, but they couldn't make your biology out. You're not biologically. You're a savage. You're an animal. Go ahead.
It's that some pig hearts have been used in experiments to actually transplant into humans.
And that happened to me.
Well, you're making it personal.
You're making it personal. Just say, let's not
You're
do
saying
personal.
I'm part pig. Am I crazy? He's saying I'm literally a part pig.
Right, but how can you disprove that if you haven't gone and taken? Wait. Have you done research?
Because mine can't accept it.
No, because I'm not a geneticist. I'm not a biologist.
Then, right. So then you have to listen to those who are.
So what you're saying is we're all part pig.
No, what I'm saying.
That's what we said. We didn't say that.
Number one.
Me.
Right, everyone. It's not what we're saying. Let's make this very clear.
It's not
what we're saying.
What's this question, please? Because he asked the question.
What's this question?
He talked about his hair.
Yeah,
his
fur. Yeah,
which comes from pigs. He talked about his other hair.
Fur. His other fur.
So it's all fur then.
It's all fur.
Sorry, darling.
But what we're not saying that to insult anyone. What we're saying,
it's innately insulting.
It's because you're taking it on an emotional level.
Emotional level. Yeah, we have this other one, the fourth video.
Please, I would like you to watch this video and also share your thoughts in the comments. I just recently found out something very disturbing about the history of this very word, motherfucker. And I'm so angry in my spirit as a Black woman, because what I found out about the history of the word has got me thinking for a while. Now, according to what I read in an article some days back, that the word motherfucker actually originated from a vulgar American language by a slave owner who was actually referring to the son of a female slave. Because some slave owners, when they were running out of workers, instead of buying more slaves, they forced the sons of those female slaves to sleep with their mothers in order to give birth to more slaves for them. Yes. Like, I'm pained. That's why I had to pause for a few seconds. They make these slaves sleep with their mothers, give birth to children.
So, Joey Planet, I wanted to do a caveat. So I want to explain the savagery of these people. Okay, let's keep that there. So they come out of Europe, the savages. So you imagine you got a group of people. Just imagine a group of insane prisoners released on the rest of the world, and the rest of the world don't know that they're insane prisoners. They've been captivated. Remember, the Moors closed the Europeans in Europe because they were savages. Right? So now you got a group of insane people, bring savages, now just released on the rest of the world. And the rest of the world hasn't really been exposed to this level of debauchery and savagery and duplicitous, right? Duplicity. The rest of the world don't know what's coming. So they say we conquered it when we took it over. No, they didn't take it the world like that, because remember, most of the world they had, remember, the European was funky. He stank. He's full of diseases, right? And so we're supposed to know that this violent savage is what the meeting has no humanity. Doesn't know that. So comes in contact first with the Africans being loving and kind of stupid, right? Doesn't understand that you just now met a savage. Doesn't get the memo, right? Doesn't get the memo. So it starts showing that the Africans don't understand that these people, the southern part of Africa, Angola, and going to the eastern part of Africa, Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania. So I mean, they start understanding these people a little weird, a little fucked up. But still still haven't learned yet. So, but they're really on their way because they're not trying to get slaves yet. They're trying to really get to China and India. So the Portuguese are the first empire, for the empire yet, are the first white people in mass to get to China. Even though we had Marco Polo, but that wasn't like, that was years ago, but that wasn't mass, a bunch of them. So we got the Portuguese being the first one to get to India, was white people, right? Mass of Europeans. Get to what we call India, China, and then Japan, and then you get the break out of all these filthy Europeans, all these savages from France to the Netherlands, the Dutch, the English, right, the Germans. They're all these funky bastards are breaking out of Europe, like like an insane asylum in the world, and so. The Chinese meet them, and they all say the same thing. Chinese said they stink, they're dirty, they're fucking ill-mannered. This is everybody writing, so this is not Keith's opinion. Everybody's first meeting the European in mass now. Other countries are meeting them in mass. Chinese said they stink, they're unbathed, ill-mannered, and stupid. Japanese says they're dumb, they stink. They're unmannered, they're savages. The Chinese, Japanese, all saying the same thing. They're savage, they're stupid, and they stink. I'm lying, I'm flying, right? What's been said. Indians are saying they stink. They're ill-mannered, they're stupid, right? He's everybody in the meeting calling them stupid, ill-mannered, right? Savages. So everybody's calling them this. But first thing they do is try to what? Dominate these other people. At that time, they weren't strong enough to beat the Chinese and the damn Chinese and the Japanese. Chinese and Japanese just murdered their ass. So stinking ass out of here. So the Chinese and Japanese just murdered it. The goofy African allowed them to build forts. There's still one in Kenya outside Mombasa. Is that Lamu? Somewhere. Fort Jesus with the Portuguese. Only the goofy African was like, oh yeah, you can be our friend before they about to. Remember, later on, then you get the Dutch coming down the south. That's when the white man gets to South Africa. Says it's nice. Every time it's about enslaving people and stealing people's shit. So the Chinese and Japanese knew they were there to steal, rob and steal shit. So they killed them and said, get your ass out of here. We'll trade from you from a distance. Remember, Europe didn't have anything to offer anybody yet. Because they didn't have slavery yet. So they didn't make anything. So they had nothing to offer anybody in trade. See, that's another thing you got to understand. Europe didn't have anything. Remember, so they were still impoverished. You got impoverished Europeans now with an understanding of navigation. That's what they did have, right? So this is when you're going to get all your piracy, all your pirate stories. Because they didn't make shit. Europe had nothing. Remember, the Chinese told you, Europe has nothing. This is 300 years after they got out of Europe. Even then, everybody had to put the Chinese on drugs. Even the Chinese said the Europeans have nothing of value we can trade with. They don't got shit. And they didn't. Remember, Europe doesn't start becoming rich until the enslavement of the goofy African. Okay? This is the wealth of Europe. Remember, Europe is impoverished. They're an impoverished, savage people. This is their real history. Not some goofy Disney movie they make, cartoon, the prince and whatever nonsense. So, the Africans at that time were really weak and dysfunctional. They broke off in all these fucked up, stupid ass tribes. And so the Europeans said, God damn, there's a bunch of these niggas, but they're all dysfunctional. They're all broken up. They'll be easy to conquer and enslave their ass. And so remember, the Moors had already told them about this area of the planet. None of this nonsense you've been told about Christopher Colon. His name was no Columbus. He was a Jew. Oh, that another made up big story from northern Spain, which would be called Bastille, went from no Italy. So all that whole story is made up bullshit. He was a cat with a hat, and his name was Cologne, not no Columbus. And so the Moors had already told, they had all the records of the Moors from the libraries the Moors set up of the Moors going back and forth over here to America. And so they knew there was another stretch of land over in this area that was also wealthy in gold that they wanted. So that was the reason for the expedition over here. Not looking for no India or none of that stupid shit they talking about. They said it's a bunch of land to the west. Can we conquer it and plunder it and get wealthy? They didn't know yet, but they had the records and all the records. That's why they never show you Columbus's diary. He tells you. The Moors already told them about how to come here. And never tell you, I told you, every history they tell you is a goddamn lie. All of it. Everything you learn, you must relearn it and throw it in the garbage. Everything you learn from the white man's school is all a lie. So they get over here and meet another friendly group of people, kind, welcome them. What does Columbus say? It'll be easy to kill these people, make them enslave and rape them. And see, but they'll never tell you this, right? So the first time the Spanish Empire gets over here, right, they started a genocide. So they start raping and killing everybody, cutting off the arms, had the dogs eating people. This is them. This is not none of your fucking history books. Nowhere. It's not none of your fake white history books at all. So Christopher Colon gets to Hispaniola. The people are nice and kind, invite them for dinner. He said, "Ooh, the people are nice. He's enslave them. Take all their shit." That's not they learned as a child. Because remember, they're just now meeting the rest of the world. These savages are just now meeting the rest of the world. So it wasn't no talk as a child to just rape people and start stealing their shit. Right? So this is the first interaction with what they call the people from the New World. And the first thing they think about is, how can we rob them? Because remember, they said they're nice and kind. Same thing they said with the goofy African. Nice and kind and goofy. So this is in Christopher Colon's book. His diary. He said they were nice and kind. How can we kill them? First make them slaves and steal all their shit. That's what he said. And you know what happened. So he committed a mass genocide, wiping the local population out. These are your savage Europeans. A mass genocide. The first time they get in this area, they start stealing the people's shit. Then all they go having sex with them, raping the women viciously, and then killing their ass, and then also eating them. Cannibalism too. That's not in your book, ain't it funny? That's not in your history book. But them not only killing people, eating the motherfuckers too. Ain't in your history book. Remember, they didn't have enough provisions to go back to Spain. Right? They start eating motherfuckers. Not just fucking them and then eating them. See, so it's hidden now, but they still doing it today. It's just that now you know through the Epstein file. You're like, wow, what? They've never stopped being who they are. They just got control of the planet. They can hide it better. They never stopped being savages. They never stopped being cannibals. Are you crazy? This is who they are by nature. You ain't learned to be no damn cannibal. Can't nobody make me eat no other human being as a child. Are you a cannibal or you're not? Shit. So, shit. shit. So So this lady right here, so we're going to talk about this. She's understanding the torture, what they did to Africans, and also slaves over here with the MFR. So you're dealing with psychopaths. So our society we live in today is psychopathic. And if you never studied, you wouldn't know that you're living in a psychopathic system. You wouldn't even know that the system we live in is psychopathic. Because it was created and put in by psychopaths, right? It's created and put in by psychopaths. So that's what it is, created and put in by psychopaths. And we wouldn't even know that. Created and put in by psychopaths. And we wouldn't even know that because we're born in the system. We're born in this system. You know, unless you have enough critical thinking, you wouldn't know. And so we're born in the system. We think this is the norm, that people are supposed to be poor and life is supposed to be unfair and unequal. And you say, well, I don't get better. It's never going to get better because psychopaths run this. The whole world is now, shout out to Nelly Fuller, the whole world is now a prison planet ran by psychopaths. You know, it's hard to actually come to terms with that. But that's what you're dealing with. All right? That's what you're dealing with.
I continue.
You back here? Oh, you back? Yeah. You're going to play. So she's coming to terms with understanding through in Nigeria and actually understand what Africa used to be as African people, black people globally. See, you think the system you live in is the culture. No, the world was set up as before these savages got control of the planet, was more equal. Black men and black women, men and women were equal. There was no patriarchy or matriarchy. It was equal. You had to have feminine and masculine energy because that's how the universe works. You see that in nature. You got to have feminine and masculine trees, feminine and masculine this. It's a duality of shared responsibility. Everything they create is their homosexual. Their fake God is homosexuals. That Allah shit, all man shit, that Jesus and all that shit is all homosexual nonsense. Because there's no woman nowhere in none of these goofy stories. And shout out to her figure. I said, all your angels are men, all your saints are men. Yeah. Ain't that weird? Ain't that funny? When everything comes through the womb of a woman. You can't even get to the planet unless you come to the legs of a woman. So you know your religions are fake and lies. How can everything be man-based? How can everything be based on a man, on a masculine energy? But you don't even come to this planet through masculine energy. You come through feminine energy. So somewhere, somebody told you a goddamn lie. Go ahead, Joby.
Because they need more slaves to work on their stupid goddamn plantation. And you know what they do? They use it to spite and insult those men by calling them motherfucking son of a bitch. They call him a motherfucker. That means he fucks his mother. And then they call him the son of a bitch, referring to the female slave, the mother that the son fucked and had children with, as a bitch. So the motherfucker is the son that fucked his mom. The son of a bitch is the son that was given birth to from that act of incest. You know, patriarchy was created by the white supremacists, by the Europeans. They were the ones that created patriarchy.
Exactly. And where she understands that. The white supremacists and the Europeans, exactly. Glad she's starting to understand it and deconstruct what's going on. But go ahead, Joby.
In Africa, we did not really have patriarchy. Our systems were balanced. The masculine and feminine energy were balanced. Yes, the masculine and feminine energy was actually balanced, especially in Nigeria. Patriarchy came in through religious ideologies in Nigeria. For those of you Nigerians,
when just Nigeria, ladies, Africa. That's the same people. Wasn't no nigga. We wasn't called nigga area back then anyway. Africa was not male dominated, as they tell you today. That's our culture. That's a lie. Africa was never male dominated. Go ahead, Joey.
that are not very smart, pick up his smartphone and browse the history of patriarchy in Nigeria, and you will see what I'm talking about. Before patriarchy came into Nigeria, I'm using Nigeria because this is my country and I know a little bit more about my own history than other African countries, okay? Now, the reason why patriarchy came into Nigeria was because of religious ideologies. When the missionaries came here and the colonizers followed suit, they brought in their religious and their own ideologies, their ways of life. They changed a whole lot of things here. They changed our names, they changed how we dress, they changed everything about us. They disrupted our natural habitats, and then they stole our civilization, they stole our craftsmanship, they stole our resources, they stole everything that was good about us, took it back to their place and implemented, and then left us here to die with patriarchy.
So now you understand, they stole everything to make them, remember, they're savage, they're impoverished. They stole everything. That's so if you don't know real history, you won't understand why white people are rich. Like Joby said, how can this white man be walking? He's supposed to be rich. Because in Joby's mind, growing up in a system, she's seen white people as rich, not knowing that all that shit was stolen because their natural habitat has always been poverty. Always impoverished. So if you've never been taught that, how would you know the white man's natural state of being? It's always been poverty until he got to Africa in the New World and started raping, stealing, killing, wiping out everybody. He's not gonna write it. It's not none of his history books. You're gonna go to school, pay school fees to learn none of that. Go ahead, Joe.
In this modern era, when you go to European countries, you would see patriarchy is not so much because their women have a whole lot of rights compared to women here in Africa and other countries that were colonized by the same Europeans. They went back and they balanced their masculine and feminine energy together. But our men, especially African men, have hold on to European tradition. They call it our African culture. It's not our African culture. Here in Nigeria, where I come from, pre-colonial times, women were ruling side by side with men. Women were queens running empires. Women were warriors. They were going to war with men. Women were chiefs sitting in the council with men to deliberate on issues. Women were not secluded. Women were healers. Women were the backbone of our African medicine. Women were herbalists. Women were healers. Women communicated with the divine feminine. They communicated with the water goddesses. A whole lot of things was going on here before these motherfuckers. They are the motherfuckers. These idiots came here and established white supremacy. They are the ones that bought patriarchy. They are the ones that destroyed Mother Earth. Everybody was living well in their habitats. These idiots stood up from wherever they are, and then they started traveling to every part of the world in the name of evangelism, in the name of missionary.
They ain't travel for no missionary work, lady. They travel to rob, steal, and kill. that missionary shit came later. That's the scam later. They came to steal land, steal your resources, and then hopefully they can wipe your ass out and take the land like they did in Australia, America, all in South America, Brazil, Argentina. Remember, all those people you see in South America are invaders, right? They wiped them off. Most of the people they wiped out. That's why you got a mix of African and white people, right? Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Ecuador, Bolivia, Uruguay, Paraguay, Venezuela, Suriname, Guyana, French Guyana. When you go down there, what do you see? A bunch of white people and niggas. Okay? Those slaves that they brought in. And most indigenous population has been wiped out. Ever so back in Argentina, they wiped out their indigenous, and then after the slaves built Argentina, they wiped them niggas out. That's why when you look at Argentina, it's a white country. It's a white European country. They don't care that remember all the goopy dances are all African, the tango, all that shit's African. But they wiped out the African population. They wiped their ass out. They're the only ones that really succeeded. and actually wiping their slaves out. Right? Go ahead, Joby.
Upholds male power, male energy. Their gay religion, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit,
Yeah,
all
that
the
dead
prophets
religion.
in the Bible,
It's like,
men,
oh man, exactly.
brought their gay religion here. All the angels
Gay.
in the Bible, men.
I'm glad she figured it out. It's all gay. It's all exactly. And you ain't critically think to know this is homosexual. I've been told that years ago. This is homosexual shit. No women involved. How you have all this shit and not one woman? Are you angels of men? Everybody's butt fucking each other? Are you angels? Are you say, oh man, you ain't found that fucking suspicious? You ain't critically think, hey, what's wrong with you know all that goopy Islam shit? All men. You can't have existence without a fucking woman. So that should tell you, hey, something ain't right with it. They put their culture into the religion. Their homosexuality, that's European and Arab culture. Butt fucking. Yeah, that's real. Go ahead, Joe. Everybody want to force on Africans. You don't want to butt fuck each other? Why don't you want to butt fuck? Don't you want to put your penis in some doo-doo? They keep pushing that shit. Now Senegal here lately. Senegal said, that's your shit. We don't do that. What do you mean? It's against human rights not to dig in doo-doo. Don't you want to dig in doo-doo? That whole interview talking to that Soko guy. Who made Soko? Don't you want to dig in doo-doo? This is human rights about being a digging doo-doo. This is shit they were telling them. You know, force their fucking culture on people. We're not saying your culture, but do you? I don't want to put my dick in doo-doo. Is that all right? No, we want you to put your dick in doo-doo like us. Go ahead, Joey.
Gay religion here, excluding the divine feminine, suppressing the divine feminine. And that is why we have a power imbalance that is messing us up in Africa here. And our men are the ones that are still holding on tight. When you go to their countries now, their European and their Western countries, you see that they are including their women. Their women are being included in so many things. The happiest countries in the world have more of women in their parliaments. But look at us in Africa. Our men have hold on to the slave master's religion. They've hold on to the slave master's tradition, and they are now imposing it and calling it our African tradition. No, that was not our African tradition. When the colonizers came, there are so many histories of different African queens. The one in Ghana, I think her name is Asante. Sorry if I don't pronounce it. I think Nana Asante or thereabouts, that fought band for band with them when they wanted to steal their sacred stool. There are so many other female African queens. Here in Nigeria, we had Queen Amina of Zozo. We had Queen Idia. We had so many queens that were warrior queens that fought and protected their territories. We did not have patriarchy here. We ruled according to who was best fit for the role. They brought patriarchy and messed things up here. This is why women need to wake up, especially we African and Black women. I've told you guys, you need to deconstruct religion. If you don't deconstruct religion, you are upholding the same system that has been used to enslave your ancestors. All these religions were forced upon our ancestors. Our ancestors were killed. They were killed. They were enslaved. They were forced to accept all these foreign religious ideologies. Look at us today. We are the most religious continent in the world. Africans are upholding the same religion that was used to oppress them. Now, Africans are the gatekeepers, especially Christianity. They are the gatekeepers. They are even bragging about having the biggest church auditoriums in Nigeria. They are bragging about being the most religious people. They are even saying that they are the ones that are going to take the gospel back to the Europeans, that they are the ones that are now going back to Europe to go and preach the gospel. Bunch of fools. Bunch of fools. You don't understand what is going on. Religion was used to cast spell, to put people under fear and control, so that the white supremacists can rule over the world. And that is what is still going on right now. They are using religion as a tool of fear and control. They use the concept of heaven and earth to control you. They tell you that your heaven is in the sky, and they tell you that hell is beneath the earth. But guess what? Every goddamn good resources in Africa is beneath the earth. So why are they digging our earth to bring out our gold and our diamonds? Why are they digging our earth for our oil? If hell is under, why don't they go to heaven to pack the gold and silver there? You think the colonizers would actually show you the right way? You think people that enslaved and colonized your ancestors will give you mansions in heaven for free? The same people that are not giving you visas to their country for free?
Exactly.
You think they would actually give you the way?
Exactly.
We tell you people to stop religion, but nobody wants to listen to us.
Exactly. People that hate you will be the right guy.
But we'll keep talking in their country. Because we're already seeing changes. At least quite a number of Africans are beginning to understand the truth that these whole things are man-made. Their God are man-made figures. It is their God that actually the man-made God, not the supreme deity that we honored. We did not
Exactly.
worship any god in Africa before the colonizers came. The
Of course you
deities
did.
that our ancestors communicated with, they honored them. And that is why they had priests that communicated with the deities about what was happening in the land. They had deities that protected their land, their territories. Those were supernatural beings. They were not worshipped. They were not God. And in the whole of Africa, we did not have any deity that was superior to the other. Each deity was well respected and honored. Here in Nigeria, you can never hear Yoruba man tell you that Oshun goddesses are more superior to Amadi or Hafta is in Igbo land. You will never hear that. But it is only Abrahamic religions that will tell you that their God is
That's
the supreme
right.
and only
God
God.
is the God.
Why?
Yep.
There are more than 4,000 religions in the world. Why are Abrahamic religions claiming that they're the most superior? This superiority complex comes from white supremacy. And this was the reason why
Yes,
they went
it
about
does,
colonizing
lady.
people, because they felt they were more superior. And when you even read their religious book, you see the way their God promises them people's land. Their God is a motherfucking thief.
Yep.
I don't want to get more angry.
Shout
Let me
out
just
to
stop here.
her. That's right. The God is a thief in everybody's land. Exactly. So yeah, Joey. Okay, yeah. Exactly. And the guy who played their God's been such the Arab God and the Christian God and the Jewish God did all this stealing and raping and killing and shit. They said, well, you know, this man did it, but it wasn't really God. And so when you see these savages, this is their natural habitat, right? So I want you to look at this savage face, right? It's got the monkey chin, monkey lips, the ape lips. That's what them the eyes, same thing. That's why the behavior is the same. So this guy, again, this the hate and see they must have dominance because they're created with these animal parts. Animals seek dominance, not peace and equality and shared existence. Remember, an animal wants to mark its territory and be dominant. So everywhere they go, it's the same shit. Same thing all the time. Mark their territory, want to be dominant and wipe out anything that's going to be resistant to them. So this moron here, another one, he wanted to do a mass killing in High Point, North Carolina. If you guys don't know High Point at located, High Point is about an hour north. I would say it's northeast of Charlotte, North Carolina, just below Greensboro, North Carolina. So this moron took a flamethrower and a bunch of bullets. He was going to try to do mass. See, remember, they don't believe in that fake religion they gave to you. He knows that this savage knows it's fake because he was going to go kill a bunch of black people in the church like the other moron did a few years ago, Dylan Ruth down in South Carolina. So he's about to go in there and murder all these black people in this church in High Point, North Carolina. Like I said, it's a little bit north of about an hour north of Charlotte. He's gonna go murder all these people for what? Because they're black. He wouldn't talk this shit as a child. This who this filthy demon is. This who they are. You must consult that Nigeria. You must accept this to stay safe. Stop trying to be kind and stupid as black people and love every fucking body. Because you're dealing with a non-human being. And it's not fucking taught. This is who they are when they come out their fucking funky ass womb. By nature. And that's what history's shown you. That's by nature. Because they were racist when they first met African people. No one taught them how to be racist yet. They came and they were already racist to them. Trying to dominate, murder, kill, and steal and shit. And give them some fake, goofy, homosexual white man in a fucked up robe. Walking around with fucked up feet. These sandals, whatever the hell he's walking with. I believed in that shit as a kid. It's absolutely, the mind control goes deep. It's absurd. I can laugh at it because I know that shit is like SpongeBob. Shit. Go ahead, go ahead, play it.
It's ridiculous. It is disgusting to know in 2026 we have people like this still sitting and plotting on taking innocent lives. Here, this man is found at Western Memorial Church in High Point, found with flamethrowers, crossbows, a handgun style launcher, knives, duct tape, oxycodone. this is not too far from where I'm from, and what the scary part is if it's more than just him. It's more than just him that we have to worry about. I'm just really appreciative to God for just stopping this before something tragic happened.
When you fake God.
But it's that time. It's just so much to worry about. But we just thank God that He's still our protector.
She's talking about the religion that this white man gave her ass. We thank God that the white man got the white Jesus with the fucked up robe and fucked up feet got the white man to not kill us. We're so thankful. It's goopy shit. Go ahead, Joe.
In the High Point, all church.
That's the end? No.
Yeah, this story right here is straight ridiculous.
Okay.
It is disgusting.
But if you guys read the title, you see
people like this.
If you guys read the caption, this white guy was about to create a massacre. He's about to burn people alive and then shoot them up. He had a flamethrower. Where's this moron get a flamethrower? How's that legal? So he's got a flamethrower, which is not even legal in war no more. You guys know flamethrowers are illegal in war because of World War I, because of the damage it does to the body. So this psychopath had a flamethrower. How many rounds of ammunition? So he's gonna burn their ass up and then shoot them. You know, he's white. He's not gonna slap them. Right? This is them. They're savage. They're violent. They're the worst violence. And so now the creator of the earth is getting rid of their ass. That's why the birth rate is all fucked up. Now whoever created them, let you go read the comments, Joe.
This is the last video, so I don't know if I should play it.
All right, okay, which one? Okay, let me see what this one is. Let me see what this thing is. Okay, yeah, this is the last one. This is I'm talking about our biology. We've been given a savage diet. That's why we die now. And as I showed you, Joe did another video. As black people, we knew we only eat mostly fruit diet. Some vegetables, but never hardly any meat ever. That's our diet, according to even our teeth. We're not carnivores. Their teeth are carnivores. We're herbivores, fruits and vegetables. Right? So it's eating all this meat. That's what all these diseases come from. All this meat eating and shit. Because we grow up in another man's culture and eat for another person's biology and not our own. Black people, they say, oh, you need meat for your brain for protein. We don't need that shit. They do. That's why they got teeth like dogs. They got them big ass teeth in the back. Our teeth are completely, they never gonna teach you this. Our teeth are completely different. Our teeth are like herbivores, like an elephant, plant eating. So obviously, we don't even have the teeth that's supposed to be eating no fucking meat. We're supposed to be eating plants and vegetables. That's why we never got sick. Why we live to be 200 and 300 years old naturally. Right? Now we're talking about savages eating savage food. Eating a whole bunch of mouthful of starch like ugali and mashed potatoes. We go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
3 years eating fruits, man. A little over 3 years. I think it's 1,148 days, I believe. I just wanted to hop on real quick with a little public service announcement. Flesh is bad. All the sick people eat flesh. All the people with cancer eat flesh. All the people with diabetes eat flesh. All the people with heart disease eat flesh. All the people that have heart attacks eat flesh. All the people that have strokes eat flesh. All the people that have aneurysms eat flesh. All the people that are overweight and obese eat flesh. Flesh is just bad. All the people with erectile dysfunction eat flesh. All the people with really bad acne eat flesh. All the people that have went bald and lost all their hair eat flesh. Mm-hmm. All the people with arthritis eat flesh. We're not flesh eaters.
And pause it. Then you learn this. Pause it. Then you learn this. Flesh eating lowers our vibration. Ain't that funny? Eating all these dead fucking animals. This flesh, it lowers the vibration of us. So the less flesh we eat, the higher we rise in vibration. We're not supposed to be eating no fucking flesh. As African people, that's our diet. But we've been off our diet because we got conquered by savages. We're not supposed to be eating a bunch of fucking blood and flesh, whether it be chicken, whether it be a goddamn egg, whether it be a goddamn beef. We're not supposed to be fucking with it, whether it be fish, whether it be shrimp. We're not supposed to eat none of that shit. And if we do eat, it's supposed to be in moderation. Barely. If we want to live, man, you ain't got to do it. But I'm telling you what our natural diet is as black people. We're herbivores. We're not supposed to be eating flesh of animals. We're supposed to be eating fruits and vegetables. For cognitive ability. That's why everybody right now getting Alzheimer's and dementia, because you got blood in the brain of parasites. That's what it is from the meat eating. When you eat all this fucking pork. You know, I ate pork chop for the first time like in 10 years. That's all they had. I was like, I was home, ate that shit. I was like, oh, I can't eat. I ate like half that shit. Do that shit in the trash. I can't eat no. You know, pork has parasites, goes into your brain. These are facts. We're not supposed to be eating this shit. So I didn't know for years. You know, I ate pork forever until I learned. Oh man, this about 15 years ago. Heard that. I said, what does it do? What? You can't cook the parasites out of pork? I was like, what? Worms go in your brain? And years later, the worms eat your brain. So that's when you get dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia, because the worms from the meat that ate half your fucking brain up. So it's an accumulative effect. You don't even know you walk around with worms in your fucking head. That's why as black people, you better get dewormers. If you eat this pork, you better get deworm. You better deworm your body once a year, twice a year as we used to, as our parents told us to. If you fucking with this pork, you better be deworming yourself, getting the worms out your brain. At least flush them out, because they say we can't kill them, but you can flush them out. If you don't, by the time you get 65, 66, because it's accumulative, you don't know where the fuck you're at. You don't know what road you're on, because half your brain has been eaten the fuck up from eating pork. That's dementia. That's Alzheimer's. Half your brain is gone because the parasites that sat there and ate half your brain, but nibbling on half your head. So all this flesh eating, but the white man ain't gonna take, because he got to eat, because he's a carnivore. He's a carnivore. See, that's why I told you, you can't even study their medicine for our biology. If you're gonna eat meat, which I have, you know I'm fat shit. You keep saying I look like I lost weight. I doubt that. I'm trying to fat. I don't see it, but anyway, I'm trying as much as possible to wean myself off this meat. That's my only addiction. I'm not addicted to sweets. I'm addicted to meat. If I can get myself off this fucking meat, I'll be all right. My thing is that when I eat fruits and vegetables, I don't get no taste. Like him eating that one, I can't just eat that watermelon. It ain't no, I hate to say that meat makes me feel like I'm full. It gives me taste. So I'm still gotta get disciplined. Will I ever be able to get rid of all meat? Probably not. But I'm gonna try to at least only eat meat like 3 times a day. 3 times a week or some shit. And the rest of the other 4 days, eat fruits and vegetables. I can do it like that. I don't think I could ever be like him and get completely off meat, because that's my addiction. I'm not addicted to sweets or salty chips and snacks and shit. I'm addicted to meat. So when I eat fruits, I feel like I ain't eating nothing. Like, God damn. I ate shit. I'm hungry. So I'm not satisfied until I got some meat. And knowing it's bad. But I'm going to try to reduce it. But would I be able to get rid of all of meat? I'm not no fool. I'm going to say, hell no. But I know I'm not supposed to eat all. I know we're not supposed to eat all this goddamn meat. But go ahead, Joey.
Name of it, and you do whatever you want to do. You cook it, season it to make that nasty ass shit taste good, but it's rotten flesh, and all the sick people eat flesh. You don't see people that just eat fruits having heart attacks and strokes and shit. You don't see people that just eat fruit weighing 600 pounds and just being fat as fuck and unhealthy and out of shape. You don't see it.
True. That's true.
You don't see the people that just eat fruits having diabetes, having cancer, having liver disease, having to go to dialysis because they fucking kidneys shut down, don't work anymore. You don't see it.
That's all for me.
Just saying. Just wanted to remind you, in case you forgot, since the last time I said it. Bon appetit.
I got you, Ricky. Ricky got off the pork chop because they ate his dog. They ate your dog. I know. How'd the dog get it? You know, pigs eat anything. Oh, Ricky, how'd the pigs eat your dogs, Rick? So Rick didn't eat the pork, got the because the pigs ate his dog. And if you didn't, you'd be eating pork chops right now. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. The smell of pork chops, I love that shit. That's why I still got the addiction. Only thing stopping me from eating that shit is the brain worms. I can't eat this shit.
Yeah, zooming up with today's conversation. Shout out to everyone with us on the chat. Shout to John Mosquito, Byron, Jarake, to everyone who is here. I see earlier we also shout out to Emil as well. I saw your comments earlier, but George also said that they always want to kick us out before they cross the finish line. They showed us their true colors. Then we also have Ricky who says that you said Greek and Roman Empire were mixed. So was Christopher Columbus mixed? That is a question.
You can't. That's before Christopher Columbus, was it probably? Oh yeah, because you're talking about the Moors. I don't know. A lot of Ashkenazim who were wicked. He was an Ashkenazim. Some mixed, some didn't. So we know, like the book we go with. We're gonna do next week, probably Friday next week. We're gonna read. I have a brain, but what's J.R. Rogers' book called? History. History has no color line. So we know a lot. So the Moors come thousands of years later, after the Roman Empire, Ricky, and Greece. But we say these empires were started by Africans, and then all of a sudden they were invaded by these white people. That's the history of the world. All of a sudden, white people show up from nowhere as savages and start invading these empires. So Greece wasn't started by white people, it started by black people. But in their history books, they'll lie and say white people. But you know they're lying because they never considered the Greeks to be white. We know Rome was not started by white people. The Etruscans, Rome comes out of the Etruscan civilization. The Etruscans were black from Africa, right? These are facts. So the Etruscans lose to what they would call the Roman Empire. After the Roman Empire, the Romans steal the Etruscans' technology because Rome is just an extension of the black Etruscans. So the first beginning of Rome was still black people until what they say they got the Dorians, the white people. See, it's like an invasion from the north of white people. All of a sudden show up on this planet invading areas. Their history is about invasion, remember? Because that's why they told you they invaded Europe. Europeans, the white people are not from that area of the world. They're all from the Asian steppes. All the motherfuckers are made up around China. All of them. What you call Caucasians, Eurasians, the regular Asian, the Chinese, and the East Indian. All of them made up around that Kazakhstan, Mongolia area. That's where all these motherfuckers, just like we talking about the Turks today, who got Turkey with the Ottoman Turks, they didn't come from there. They invaded. Remember, because that was the old Byzantine Empire. They invaded Byzantine with Constantine, right? When they created that goopy religion, that goopy Christianity, that was the Byzantine Empire. The goddamn Turks, who were called the Khaganate. Remember, the Khaganate was the Turks' kingdoms. The Turks come down out of Mongolia and then come down south and move westward. That's where you get the beginning of the fucking Ottoman Turk Empire. They're not from that area. That's when you get them running across Africa. That's why they came all across through northern Africa. At that time, these savages coming out of the damn Kazakhstan area, up there by south of Russia. Where all these people come from? That's why you got the Indians call themselves Indo-Europeans. Indians and Europeans, they leave what we call that area and move into Europe and kill the other people in Europe and take it over. So what we call Europeans, they're not indigenous to Europe. They invaded and savagely murdered the people there. And then lived in doo-doo, shit, and piss for 1,000 years until the Moors came and put them on a babe and washed their ass. Go ahead, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Then we also have Rico saying it's if on it's not moving towards black liberation, then it is a waste. And then adding that destruction of the black civilization, that is a straight black pride movement, and says that the prison system is a prime example of their savage conceptions. And
exactly. It's a way to get free labor. That's why you got prison. And then, see, that's how you know the mindset is always savagery and psychopathic. Africans didn't have any prisons at all till white people showed up. See, and their system is what unfair and unjust. That's when you get inequality and poverty. So the Africans got to build the system is actually built by the Europeans because their system is always steal everything and leave everybody impoverished. So that creates crime. You didn't have crime in Africa because you didn't have a society of a few people at the top and everybody starving and all fucked up, because that's not African black people's nature. That's your nature to hoard and steal every goddamn thing and leave everybody in poverty because it's inhumane. That's not your nature. So that's why you didn't have none of these institutions. It's not your nature. You do now because you're living in another person's nature, another person's system.
Mm-hmm. Then Samuel Karibu shout was Sunken one as well. Samuel says that they got the zebrafish in them as well, and says
they got that too. Exactly. They got it's crack. Now imagine. I want you guys to think for your brother weapon in particular. You gotta think, who did this? Who did this shit? Who put all this shit together? Because we know it's done. Our things that we don't know, you know, some people say it's the big head scientist shit. People say it's the Anunnaki. So the Egyptians say it's them. Regardless, we don't know. I don't know for a fact who did it. We know it was done. So imagine who fucking sat and put all this wicked shit together. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who sat and did this shit? A couple, like 6,000. We know they all got here 6,000 years ago. Who fucking did it? Was it comedians? Was the Anunnaki? Is it the big head? Is it Yakub? The big head scientist? They got the movie. Remember, the movie is Dr. Moreau's. What's it called? Dr. Moreau's Planet? No, my fault. Dr. Moreau's Island talks about, and it's in the history. So we know they made that movie from them knowing that they created that movie. So everybody go check out that movie. If you guys got Amazon, it might be on Netflix. It's called Dr. Moreau's Island. That's what they're talking about. Island of Patmos. That's all real. So the question is not whether it was done, because we know it's done. The question is, who fucking did it? What wicked ass mind did the shit? Who created the East Indian, the Asian, and the Caucasian? Who did it? That's why I don't know. The Sumerian text said it was the Anunnaki. The Egyptian text said it was them. The fucking, the goofy fake religious motherfuckers, the NOI, they said it was some nigga with a big head named Yakub, right? Some big head nigga named Yakub made up. That's what they say, some big head nigga made up. So, I don't know. That's the question. That's the one question I want to know, without a doubt. Who did it? Go ahead, Joe.
And we also have someone says they would have took him to the Popeyes chicken and celebrating killing more dummy church blacks. And John Mosquito says, John Mosquito says I'm watching the Brazil and I couldn't see any black supporters in the crowd. It's only white people. And then I also see Ricky says if those hogs are pigs, they ate my dog. I think that is the comment you read.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Yeah, he's still eating pork. I guess Ricky loved that dog. Like he said, he ate his dog. He loved his dog too much to eat pork again.
Byron says Greece and Rome was started by black folks. They eventually
moved
to contribute to Africa. And then Jerome Swiss is exactly, it's inhumane to steal a fellow African Sugali.
Who said about eating? Oh, that's about stealing the ramen. Go ahead.
And then I also see we have Fast What asking me what type of the show is this. This is called the Africa Today show. Yeah, that's what the type of show.
Who said that?
I don't know who the hell is that. So yeah, it's I don't know if you're new on the chat but yeah, welcome, subscribe, and you'll know which shows that they are.
Yeah.
Anyway, just keep up. Download the app. It's on the Google Play.
You love Jesus? Hey, Jesus is fake. So sorry, you love him. You're gonna help me find him. Where you find him at? Help us find this white man with the dirty robe. Walking on water and all kind of fuck shit. Help us. You're wrong. Jesus.
So much love, family. Have a beautiful rest.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you're the wrong chat room, dude, with your fake Jesus. Good luck.
See you guys tomorrow on Now the Culture Show. It's been a minute since I did the culture show, so I hope to see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. So Jovi's gonna be on the culture show doing her music, and she's gonna be looking. Hey, dude, join Jovi on the music show. Help her find Jesus.
But much love, family. Have a beautiful day.
Much love, family. Everybody stay black and blessed. And don't be looking for Jesus. He might ask you for money. Yeah.